My name is Bruce Rodin. I am 70 years old and I am 1 year past the successful treatment process with Dr. Sperling. And for anybody who is having the classic symptoms of frequent urination or uncontrollable urination or slow urination, I highly recommend this treatment because it works. Dr. Sperling told me what would happen, and that's exactly what happened. Before I started, I had investigated other alternative methods for prostate problem, and they seemed primitive at best. When we found Dr. Sperling's procedure, it made more sense. It was offered as something that would be less painful, less problematic, and less invasive. And all those things turned out to be true, and that's why I'm here doing this video. Now, before I started, my PSA had gone from 4 and 5 to 6 to 23 to 29. So naturally, they ruled out first cancer, but they were very uncomfortable with the number 29. And what would happen is that I had frequent urination, a couple of times an hour. At night times, I'd sometimes get up 8 or 10 times. And it was just very uncomfortable. And over time, by not getting a whole night's sleep, you just get more and more exhausted as each day goes by. The other thing that I find is that after the procedure, sex is much better. I get better and longer erections, and I think that should be important to a lot of people. Naturally, I was apprehensive about the procedure. You never know what's going to happen, whether there's going to be pain. But I can honestly say now the procedure was totally painless. And it was so quick that it was difficult to imagine that the procedure had been completed. And the way it went was the procedure was done at 6 o'clock in the morning. At noontime, I had lunch with my son, having to walk about 2 blocks to meet him at a restaurant. I stayed around until 5 o'clock for a final examination. And then I went and had dinner with my wife's niece, which was about 7 or 8 blocks away. And from there, I took a taxi out to Newark Airport and flew back to Virginia the same day. So you can see that this is a procedure that is worth doing. It's totally effective. Now, a year later, if I want to take a 3-hour car trip, I can take a 3-hour car trip. I don't have to worry about jumping in and out of the car all the time. In the past, I couldn't control my urine, so at night sometimes I would actually wet the bed, which was not only embarrassing but uncomfortable, and that you didn't want to have to do that. So all of those symptoms are totally gone now. When I pee with a strong stream, like a teenager, and I'm really able to control it perfectly. So it's an issue that has completely been removed from my life. Now my PSA is 4.3, which is back into a range of acceptability. So for anyone having these symptoms, I would highly recommend seeing Dr. Sperling, doing the procedure, and changing your life back to the way it used to be.